recorded. And let me go live. I'm gonna go live inside of our Facebook group page. So, oh no, let me see if I can sign in here. There we go. I'm gonna go live inside of our Facebook group page. So if you have people that maybe were in your organization, you want them to see this information, you'll be able to tag them later inside of that group as well too. Okay, so let me bring this up. We're gonna go live inside of our Facebook group. Let's see, let's try it now. There we go. So it's gonna be titled Forex Fridays. It sounds like I'm typing fast, but I always have the backspace. There we go. All right, we are ready. We are either admit what is going on. Oh, no, wrong way. Thank God. I've been going into the wrong group there. All right, we are set to go. We are now live on Facebook. For those who are seeing this on Facebook, welcome to the call. If you're tagging this, we are going to go over how to trade inside of the market. We're going to go over the basics. If you're brand new, I'll first talk about downloading the MetaTrader 4 app, like I said. But just reiterating, just for you guys to hear on the live here, trading is everything. Everybody actually trades. Just some people are participating in the trading space where they're actually capitalizing on the market. So people are scared to touch things right now, for example, because we are in a bearish market, right? Bearish just means that we're trending down. Things are going lower in price. Isn't that called a sell in real life, right? So people are actually staying away because everything is on sale. Amazon is on sale. Amazon, I just looked today, is at $108. Google is at $96 per stock. Tesla is at $208 per stock. These are all stocks. They all did splits, of course. They knew they needed more capital to come in and people wouldn't be able to pay thousands of dollars, especially in a down economy. So they did 1 to 20 splits and Tesla did a 1 to 3 split. Well, anyways, guess what? People were paying higher prices for these things before. So what do you think is going to happen in the next 5 or 10 years? These prices are going to start elevating again as demand comes back in. But while the market is on sale, it's going to be on sale until it hits a support point and until a point where people are like, okay, I'm not selling at this point. I'm not getting rid of my shares. And I'm sure for most of the stocks we're there. But we're going to break down how to trade by looking at some charts. Okay, and then I'm going to show you an easy way, a software that we have inside of our company that basic people, right? It took me 5 years. I'm 5 years in the game to really feel like I'm confident and proficient. Okay, what if I tell you what I'm going to show you afterwards? We're going to show you the basics about trading, support, resistance, trend lines, some different strategies. But then I'm going to show you, okay, all the stuff I just taught you, how it's compiled into shapes and colors. Okay, and so I'm going to talk about the jargon, and then we're going to shift to how we made it simple. Okay. Now you're going to learn the stuff I'm going to teach you in our academy. So everything that I've learned comes from an academy that I went through, and I'm going to share that with you as well too. But even with hearing some of the knowledge that I have, I want you to know, okay, don't be intimidated. We have a software and just say red and green. If you can identify red and green, okay, all the stuff I'm talk about, it's all clumped into that software right there. Okay. And so let's jump into it, folks. Listen, I've been doing this for 5.5 years. Me and my wife, we've been full-time entrepreneurs for the past 9 years now. We're grateful for that because we come from humble beginnings. We didn't always have money. We didn't always have a cush. And we're so grateful for the people that are in our life, including some of the people on the call here, and some great leaders that we've met, some great mentors that we've met. And so hopefully I can share some knowledge with you all tonight. And if you are a guest on here, okay, this is our wealth community. You are a part of our wealth community. This is something that we do every single Friday, but just know there's way more and you can get really, really good at doing this. Okay. So today we're going to focus on the Forex market. Let's see, make sure I put up the right one here. Yep, there we go. So today we're going to focus on the Forex market here. And what I'm going to talk about first is go over the debt clock. This is one of the first things. I've been talking about the debt clock for a very long time and just making you aware of what these numbers are. Most of us, let's be honest, when I was coming up, I didn't know what the Dow Jones was. You would see it on the news. Some of the rich people do over there. Some people know numbers and stuff like that. I didn't understand the S&P and really didn't truly even understand the stock market. Yes, I had like a 401k while I served in the military. I was a pilot in the Air Force. And so while I served, I had a TSP, which you call thrift savings plan, which was equivalent to a 401k. Okay. I'm glad when I learned what it was that I need to learn about moving my own money around. Okay, it wouldn't have served me. Most people who have 401ks, okay, they're realizing that their money is being depleted right now as we speak because they don't understand as the S&P drops, so does their portfolios as well too. The S&P is right just a sum of a lot of the companies inside the stock market. Okay, cumulatively, I messed that whole word up. But all together, let's just say that. So it's all the stocks put together into this one, what we call index. And when that thing goes down, people lose money. Okay. Especially if you can't move it. But traders, okay, which I'm going to teach you today, traders, you learning this trading session, understand that when the market is moving down, well, I can short or sell the market and still get paid. So it doesn't matter if we're in a down economy. As a matter of fact, it gets really easy to make money in a down economy because you know one thing, it's going down. And because it's going down, I'm selling. All right. And so when you understand just some of those basics right there, okay, there's a lot of money up for grabs right now, okay? And you just got to understand what tools or strategies am I going to use to extract the money out of the market. So just go over some quick numbers. This is the U.S. debt clock, governmental page here. They let you know what the debt is. And right now we're $31 trillion in debt nationally. That means just the United States, not international, not the other countries that are involved that we gave money to and so forth. Right now, total U.S. debt is $92.5 trillion. Okay. Yes, this actually impacts you. Why? That's why they're putting you're a taxpayer. This is you. You're a citizen. This is you. They're saying per citizen, they expect if it was every citizen that paid taxes, they have to get $93,000 out of you to pay this debt down. If it's just the tax-paying citizens, there's only a small amount of people who actually pay taxes. That's what they're saying. Okay. So here you go. Only 125 million people pay taxes out of the 300 million people that are here in the United States. So based off that number, okay, they expect to get $247,000 of taxes out of you. Okay, you're probably thinking like, what? Yeah, yep. A lot of people got to pay those taxes at some point. Okay, people got to belly up. This is the average savings they're saying with the dollars that are out per family. And here's what I really want to focus on here, folks. I want to focus on this side here. I like to talk real numbers. So today, okay, I don't know how people are living off $36,000 per year, but they are, right? Most people are making $4,000 per month, $3,000 per month. And while our economy, things are getting more expensive, gas prices were way up, but they're increasing interest rates so they can bring a lot of those things down. Hence, supply and demand. I won't go heavy into it, but when interest rates are increased, prices start to come back down. And that means that they're taking money out of the market. Okay. Hence, they're raising interest rates. So I mean, home sale. That's why home sales are probably going down because interest rates are more expensive. All right. So therefore, home sales are going to correct as well too, and prices are going to correct. All right. And so the average person is making $36,000. They can't live off our economy right now. And as a matter of fact, for my parents that are on here, let me just let you know that if you are not thinking about buying land or a home for your kids right now, it may be, if you're not wealthy or rich, that your child will not be able to afford to even own a home. Okay. And we're going to get so far away. So let's talk about these numbers. Average income, 36,000. Median home is 438,000. This person cannot afford this home right here. All right. And there's 40 million people that are in poverty. There's 22 million millionaires. Okay. These numbers are all going to change. So you have two options. You're either going to get wealth, you're either going to get more poor, or you're going to get wealthy. Okay. And that's what they talk about as things like this depression happens. There's a wealth transfer. Now, just because you don't have money now doesn't mean that you're going to be in this situation. You may do the right things and you may shift to somewhere around this situation. So it matters where you plant your money at today. And if you don't plant your money, then you can expect that, yes, your money is going to be depleted fast because of what inflation is doing, or because of what high interest rates are doing and so forth. Because if you have to borrow money, you're going to have to pay a lot high interest rate. So those in poverty still lose. Okay. And so median new home is 438,000. But here's where 4 years from now. We go to 40 trillion. This is really good. We only add, according to the numbers right now, we're going to add $8 trillion more to our deficit. Okay. But home sales are going to go up to 643,000, the average. Okay. 38,000, only a $2,000 increase for the average median income. Okay, a lot of unfunded debt will go up, and you can see we added about a little bit over 3 million more millionaires here. 10 million more people went into poverty, right? It's called a wealth transfer because either money is transferring to someone's home or transferring out of your home. So today we're going to talk about how to transfer wealth into your home. Okay. So first things first, if you're brand new on the call, and you never downloaded MT4, MetaTrader 4, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. If you have an iPhone, listen, iPhone is tripping right now. But if you have an iPhone, you may not be able to download what I'm going to show you, the MetaTrader 4 app, okay? MetaTrader 4. And you can use MetaTrader 5 as well, too. This is our trading app. This is what connects trading to your broker so that you can make money inside the market. So you're going to download these apps to your phone. If you have an Android, you're going to be able to do this. iPhone literally just blocked, they just blocked MetaTrader 4 because it's actually a Russian app, but this is a widely used app. You can also use CTrader. Let me see, because I haven't used CTrader, but I do know that it's available. So you can also use CTrader is what it's called. Let's see. A lot of our international folks use it. Yep, download CTrader. Okay, I've never personally used CTrader, but this is another app you can do. So my iPhone users, you may have to do this, or if you know someone who had MetaTrader 4, someone just told me a cheat code. If they will allow you to log, if they go on your phone and log into their app, what do you call it? Our iCloud, you can download it from their iCloud onto your phone. Okay, so that's what I've been hearing. I still have MetaTrader 4 on my phone. Now we just bought iPhone 14 today. But I'm still unsure whether I can transfer my app. And if I can't, listen, I'm going to stick with my iPhone that I got. Okay. But first things first, go ahead and download MetaTrader 4. Okay. From this site here, or you can go to xm.com. Now I'm not recommending any type of brokers. Okay. So this is not me recommending any type of brokers here. I use xm.com because it's very easy to download the MetaTrader 4 platform from them. They have all the different ones between Mac and Windows, and you don't have to download Wineglass to download it. So here's PC and Mac. So if you have a PC, download this one. If you have a Mac, download that one. I'm on a Mac right now. And for your smartphone, you download here, and here's for your tablets. Okay. And maybe you might want to get an Android tablet. You could definitely get, for those, if you got an iPhone, get an Android tablet, and you can just trade from there as well too. All right. So that's how you're going to do your trading app. And whoever got you on this call, if you are a guest, they can show you how to use that. So now we're going to jump into the basics about trading. Okay. We'll come back to this one here. Let's go. Let me find something to mark up here. Let's use this one. We can do this. Okay. I'm gonna clear out this whole screen here. So we're going to talk about SRT. So you can take out a notepad if you want to. And we're just talking about the basics. Now, me teaching you the basics does not mean that you are going to know how to trade. Okay. And this is what most people think. They think, okay, if I download the app, I know how to push the sell button. I know how to push the buy button. And you say you post a buy in an uptrend and you sell in a downtrend. Okay, cool. That's all I'm gonna do. I know how to trade. Okay. It's not that simple. I wish it was. It took me 5 years to be really proficient. And so looking at something like this, when I first started, I was like, this is an EKG. Okay. But it's not. This is money moving in the market. So write this on your paper. The market moves in 3 different ways. And all you got to know is which way is it moving. It moves up, sideways, and down. It moves up, sideways, and down. And your goal is to determine where is it going based off your data and analysis. And that's what we are here for. We're going to show you exactly how that works. Let me move this here so everybody can see. There we go. All right. So first thing first, everybody that's looking at this chart right now, this is price. This is what we call candles. I'll get closer, but can everybody see this is increasing, right? This is going up. On the side here, this is the price combined, and we won't talk about how it's combined together, but this is the combined price, basically, the difference between these two currencies, okay? Or what the exchange between these two currencies. But you can see price goes up in price here. So as this moves up, the price is going up. So if you decide to buy. Now, typically what you learn in trading is you'll learn how to make this little pretty chart. And so you'll take a line out, what we call a trend line, and you'll draw it. Okay, and I used to be like, man, the rest is not touching my line. Okay, how do I get to touch my line? And it's really, this line really doesn't matter. All that matters is we know this price is going up, okay? And so what I like to do is define support, resistance, trend line. So we're going to start with that and break it down, and I'll show you how to actually look at a trend. All right, so write this on your paper. S for the support, SRT, support, resistance, trend lines. Okay, we call that SRT. And before you enter any trade, this is the first thing that you're going to look at. Okay, you shouldn't be pushing a sell or buy button without knowing where the support is, where resistance is, where trend lines are. Okay. And so here's a simple deal. We're going to talk about where's our support zones at. What is support, first of all? Support just means a floor. And when we find where the floor is at, guess what? A floor gives us the opportunity because we buy off of floors. Okay. We sell off of resistance ceilings. So our floor is called a support zone. So just looking at something like this, let's go to a bigger chart, like to be on bigger time frames. So when we look at it for support, for example, let's look, you see how price is here? I'm gonna just take a line and draw it across. Now you may be asking, how did you know to put it there? It's subjective, okay? If you see price keep on bouncing off a certain area, that's support, okay? These lines. All right, so this is support because price came down. These candles are considered price. So let me go back to the candles. Okay, if you're brand new on here, we have an academy that will teach you what candle formations are and a little bit more detail, but just going over the basics. You see here, these are all of our time frames, okay? You have your month time frame. And so if I was on the monthly, each one of these red and green things, which we call candles, okay, they will represent a month. Okay, if this is a month. Right now, we're on a 4-hour chart. So because we're on a 4-hour chart, each of these candles represents 4 hours. That means from the time the candle opens up to the time that it closes, or from the time it opens up to the time that it closes, right? Because we're a sell candle, so we open up the top, we close the bottom. And then for a buy candle, we open up at the bottom and we close at the top. So from the time that it opened up to the time that it closed, it took 4 hours to do that. Okay, in this 4-hour time frame, someone made some money. Okay, we're going to talk about the money a little bit. So how much money could they possibly have made in 4 hours? Well, this is showing that is 60 pips right there. Make sure no, I'm sorry, that's 600 pips. I'm on a 4-hour. That is 600 pips right there. Okay, 600 pips. 600 pips can be, if I'm just using a 0.01, 600 pips can be $60. Okay, if I'm doing a 0.10, that's $1 per pip. That's $600. That's still a small lot size. If I do what we call a standard, that's $10 per pip. Okay, 10 times 600 is what? Can somebody do the math? It's $60,000. Okay, and so it's powerful as you continually compound. We're going to show you the power of compounding your account in trading and not over leveraging. We'll talk about all these things in our academy because really trading is a mindset. All right. So let's get back to support. A support is a floor. So because price kept on bouncing on here, we call it bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It bounced off the floor 11 times. That tells me that's pretty strong. It's likely that this thing is going to go up. Okay. And it did. So someone would be looking for this opportunity. So we first identify our support zone. So I would do something like this. There goes support. There goes support. Okay. Because price rejected off there or bounced off it. There goes support. Right. You see a gap there. We'll talk about that. There goes support. Now, y'all know you can't see anything here, right? We just see that. But if I was to go left, something hit off of this space at some point. Let's go all the way out. Watch this. Okay. This is, oh, there we go. Look at this. So if I go all the way across, so I put it here, right? Look all the way across. Every time price came here, it what? It reversed or it broke and retest. Either way, we know that it did something. Okay. So we got to identify our support zones. Once we identify all of our support zones, we want to identify our resistance zones as well too. Okay, so what is resistance? It's a ceiling. It's when price moves up and rejects off of it. So this is definitely this is a resistance zone. We can see that, right? Price rejected here, price rejected here, price rejected here, price rejected here. That is resistance. So I'm looking to sell off of resistance. All right. So for example, this is a downtrend here. I would be looking for opportunities to sell inside the market. And we'll talk about at those points in which you should sell. All right. So boom, that's support. We got resistance. Now also support can also be a support and resistance line. Okay. I want to make sure there's no confusion. So just because I said this is support because of here, if we go across, it's also resistance. So at one point, this line was resistance. Okay. Right here, resistance. And then it broke up and then became support, or I'm sorry, it moves this way from left to right. But it was once support that broke and became resistance, came down, came resistance again, came back down all the way through this, came back up, okay, bounced off of that resistance again and then broke it and retested. And when I say break and retest, that means price went through it and then tried to come back down. Now, when we look at these wicks, the wicks are the parts that don't have the big body on it. So you see these little tiny little lines, we call that wick. You may hear people say price exhaustion. That means price came down and it was trying to run and it got exhausted and it didn't make it. So it rolled back up. Okay, so this is price exhaustion. So what happened? Price broke. It tried to come back down and go back through the same way, and it said, nope, the buyers pushed it back up. And guess what? It's now in our support. So what? I would look for an opportunity. If this was, because I'm going to talk about an uptrend. This is an uptrend. This is a perfect opportunity to go in for a buy. What would we have made? Wow, that's 300. I will tell you right now, this is 300 pips, right? I'm looking at 173 to 176, 300 pips in a 4-hour period. Once again, 30, 300, 30,000, so forth. Okay. All right. So that's our support and resistance line. You can do this all day long to have your zone set up so you can wait for the opportunity. You could even set up, let's say that I want to wait. If I'm looking for an opportunity, a buy or a sell, okay, I can actually set up an alert on that line right there. Alert me when price is crossing or taps on it. So I know, hey, put in a buy right here. So my phone will get a buy alert. I'll go look at this, say, oh, yep, right where I want it. Boom, click buy. Okay. Because I set up an alert. So you don't always, people have this vision that you got to be looking at a computer all day long. I don't look at a computer all day long. Okay. Alerts hit me up most of the time. Either that I hit my TP or it's time to enter a trade. And that's how I live my life as far as making money. Okay. And I'm fortunate. I'm grateful. It wasn't always this way. I probably make more in a month than most people make just trading. Okay. And you too, you can too. Okay. Once you learn the skill set. All right. So let's go into trend lines now. How do we identify a trend? Well, since I have a kind of a downtrend right here, typically most people think about a line, like I said. Okay. It's not just about the line here. Okay. But we'll run a line, but I'm going to tell you what identifies a downtrend. I ask this to everybody. I know my professionals on here. What represents a downtrend? It's a high, it's lower highs and lower lows. Okay. So what represents a lower high? So let's talk about this. So this is going to be a lower high because we had a previous high here. So I'm going to go ahead and put right here, LH for lower high. Okay. A downtrend, you can write this down, is represented by lower highs and lower lows. Okay. So that's my lower high. See this low right here? Well, that low is lower than that low right here. So guess what this is? It is a lower low. Okay. Because it's lower than the previous low. So you don't really need the line. And I'm going to take the line away so you're not dependent on it, because I remember it had to be perfect for me to understand this, but it doesn't. We're just going to start finding our high, our lower highs and our lower lows. So that's a lower low. Okay. Then we have another lower high on that. Then we have another lower low. Right. Another lower high. And once you identify this, you can identify opportunities in the market. Once you know where your lower lows are and your lower highs, it's simple to identify where your next trade will come from. Okay. And then here's our last lower low. Right here, right? We see price came down. What we call this wick again? Exhaustion. Okay, this looks like this is a trader's dream right here, because we know exactly where this is going. You get something wick down like this, you better jump in that joker and take that joker up. Okay, when you get something like this, because as much strength as it takes, it's like a boomerang. If it has the boomerang strong down, this long wick, okay, this is a lot of momentum pushing up, and therefore you're going to catch more opportunity here as well too. So always know that you see a wick like that, man, I'm hopping in for that trade. Boom, for the buy, and we're making money there as well too. Okay, so boom, what represents a downtrend? Lower highs and lower lows, right? So this, let me just say it, and I always have to say it to myself to make sure I did it right? So this is a high. This is a lower high because it's lower than this previous high. Okay. This is a lower low because it's lower than this previous low. And this is a lower low because it's lower than this previous low. Got it? That's our downtrend. So at what point are we no longer in a downtrend? Okay. Here's the magical answer. We are no longer in a downtrend when there are no longer any lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. So are we still in the downtrend here? No, because I can't. There's my lower low. Where's my lower high? It's not. It just passed all my highs. We broke structure. We broke structure right here. So you see this support area right here, support and resistance area. Price broke it. It retested it. You see that? It came up, came back and tapped it and went the rest of the way up. So guess what we're in now? We are now in an uptrend. Okay, I could draw a little pretty line like this if I wanted to, right? But we're gonna keep it. We're gonna identify an uptrend. Now this is not a strong one, but we're gonna still identify it. Let's see if we can identify on the 4 hour. Okay, on our 4 hour, we're going to label this once again. So that was initially a lower low. Now we shifted. This was our lower high in this area here. So guess what? I can start here. That is if that was a lower high and this high is higher than this lower high, then what would this be called? What would you label this if you're brand new on the call? Okay. If it's higher than this previous high, which is a lower high, then we would call it a higher high, right? Because it's higher than this previous high. We broke structure. We are now shifting possibly to an uptrend. Okay. So there goes our higher high from this lower high here. Okay. And this is our higher low. Okay. Higher low. Why? Because it's higher than our previous low. So how do we identify? My goodness, I'll tell you, my mouth's trying to act up. There we go. Boom. So how do we identify an uptrend? We identify an uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. Okay. And so why? This is a higher low because of what? Well, because this lower low, right, shifted, and now this low right here is a higher low. Okay. Let's go back. This is a higher low. Okay. This is a higher high. So what would this be right here? That's correct. Actually, it's this one right here. This is our higher low right there. Okay. And then this is and it's not pretty, is it? That's why I say we must label it. It's not all about a line. Okay. Higher low. And then what happens? We got our higher high, higher low. And then what happens? We break structure to that high right there. And we create another higher high. Okay. Now y'all probably like, how do I get to the money? Okay, I'm gonna show you how to get to the money. Everybody mad. Let's go. Here we go. And that's our higher low right there. Okay, so boom, boom. Not pretty, but that's an uptrend. All right. So now here's what I need you to know. Here I'm gonna draw the pretty line so you can see the opportunities. So being brand new cost. So how do I make money then, Randy? How do I make money? I want to make money. How do I make money? Okay. In a downtrend, we sell in downtrends and we buy in uptrend. So where would I buy at? Where would I sell at? Well, I'm going to sell at all my lower highs. So in a downtrend, we sell at lower highs, right? So if you can identify your lower high, you can sell at your lower high, all right? And if you were in an uptrend, we buy in uptrends and we buy off our higher lows. So we sell off the highs, we buy off the lows. You got it? And so in this case, where would I sell? Where would be my selling point? I would sell here. Okay, sell here. I would sell here. All right, that's a correction. Even though when you put a higher, it corrected back up, right? I would sell here. I would sell here. And folks, this is a lot of money on this chart. I'm on the 4 hours. This is a lot of money on the chart. I would sell here. And we're done now, right? And then where would I buy at? So we sell in downtrends. Those are our opportunities for downtrends. We buy in higher lows. Now, for this one, like structure wasn't necessarily broke, even though I put that higher low. So really up here, once we break structure, this is our higher low right here. So this would be probably the first point that I would sell. I'm sorry, that I would buy. So that higher low there, we would buy. Somewhere around here as well too. And this is our current opportunity, right? The market now. So we actually could buy here, right? So someone bought here. Now there's somebody made money. That's 78, that's 80. This is 200 pips right here. Okay. 200 pips. Now there's several things, and I won't go heavy into detail. Okay. My traders on here know, listen, you can hop in, that's an engulfing candle. You hop in here, take the buy. We know to lock in our trade because it may get here and reject off of that and come back down. Okay. So we lock in our profits. If price breaks that, great. It breaks structure and it creates another high. We make more money. All right. And so this is how we identify the market. Now, there are certain things that we learn. I'm not going to talk about it here, that we learn as traders to identify in the market. We call it price action. Okay. And after doing this for so long, you're just going to see opportunity. Okay. And so you'll see when price kind of we kind of consolidates or moves sideways in the market's trying to figure out which way does it want to go, right? And so as you gain more experience with trading, you're going to start identifying some of these patterns like the M's here. Okay, some of these can even be harmonic patterns, which you can learn as well. And the more that you learn about different strategies, the more confident you'll be in the market about where the price is going, right? I understand how to create my own harmonics now, right? Obviously, support, resistance, trend lines, okay? Fibonacci retracements, which we'll get a little bit into that today. You can use some indicators like the RSI, relative strength indicator, divergence, which tells me whether buyers or sellers are leaving the market. So you have all these different indicators that give you, oh man, price is definitely probably going to go there based off this, and this. All right. So I'm going to change the game for some of you guys today because I got some that I use where I know where momentum's at in the market and where all the orders are at. Okay. So here, like an engulfing candle, for example, you have that green candle. And then you have a bigger red candle, which is a sell candle, bigger than the green. So that's an indicator of possible pivot to the downside for that. That's a bearish engulfing pattern is what we call it. Okay. And you can learn candle patterns. You can write that around candle patterns. Right. So we just got to identify opportunities like this. And we know what the market moves up, down, sideways. So we make money every time that these type of moves happen. Okay, now let's go into some other things here. All right, we got knocked out. We knocked out an uptrend. We knocked out a downtrend. We knocked out support, resistance, trend lines. Some of the indicators here, RSI, relative strength indicators. Okay, you can use that as well too to identify information or when price will reverse. So I like to talk about typically divergence sometimes. If you can find divergence inside the market, it gives you an indication of whether price is going to reverse. So right here, my eyes are just calibrated to see opportunity now. See, this would be if I wanted to take a quick buy, right? So inside a downtrend, this is also because it's the 4-hour, we have uptrends. So for example, let me point out this. So this is why I like to go from higher time frames, right? I typically like to start from the daily and work my way backwards. Why? Because the daily gives me the overall look. So if the daily is in a downtrend, then I need to know if I do take a buy, I need to know where I'm at in the daily downtrend, because if I take a buy here, I'm buying too late and price is going to reject and come down. And now I'm in a bad trade or it hits my stop loss. And all I had to do was expand out. And so when we look at something like this, for example, that's the daily. Watch this. Now I go down to the 15 and look at what we got. It's a whole different scenario. What's that? Where are you at? Let's see. You know what? Let's see this. There we go. That's what I was looking for, right? There we go. So here, for example, so now it looks like this. You're like, okay, this is trending up. So you would say this is trending up, right? But if you were only looking at the 15 minutes, yeah, it's trending up. But as soon as we got here, which this is I could tell this the way this consolidated. This is a sell opportunity, right? How price moves sideways, and you'll learn this as a trader what it looks like when price is going to drop. Okay, but overall, well, we were in an uptrend. But this is where most people fail, is because they don't expand out. So they get into a trade here and they think it's going to go to the moon. And before you know it, their price is reversed. We're like, what happened? You were in an uptrend within the daily. Okay. But on the daily, we're in an overall downtrend, right? This is here. Okay. So you got in here, which is too late. And so you got to always know where you're at. Now, the great thing, we won't talk about, well, we could talk about it. So there's several strategies, right? If I want to run, and now we're going a little bit far, but I want you to know this. I'm going to say, so I'm being difficult right now, and then I'm going to show you easy. So I'm going to use all the trading jargon right now. And then I'm going to simplify this and say, you don't have to do all this right now. You can learn this along the way. And I'm going to show you a way that everything's consolidated into one strategy in one place. Okay. You don't have to know everything I'm teaching right now. But when we look at this, for example, this is what we call a correction, a retracement. So this is a move when we're in a downtrend. This is our impulse down. And so I guarantee you, I can look at this right now. This is a 61%, almost went up to between the 78% retracement just by me visualizing. Now, let's see if I was right. Okay. When you do it for so long, you just identify. And what is that? That's a good zone to sell at. So we run it from top to bottom, the swing. And so when I look left here, you see that wick? 78, 6, here goes to 61 through 78. What happened? Price rejected off the 78. And that's one of my magical numbers, 61.8 to 78.6. So not only do I have my correction, not only do I have my downtrend, not only is it a lower high, it's giving my indicator off the Fibonacci, which is very, very good. Now, this may also be what? This may also be a harmonic pattern. So I get all these things that are translating to sell, 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 sell now, okay? Right? Because what is that? That's, oh, XRP. Look, what we got. Let me see. Look, either we. Okay, we're gonna enter again. Is what we're gonna do. Okay. That was an entry for XRP for those selling. Okay, so where was I at? So all these indicators. So 78.6. And then we can talk about so much other stuff, I'm sure, that's on here as far as when price is gonna fall. All right. Now, remember I talked about that engulfing pattern. Sometimes this is why I tell folks to be careful. You won't always an engulfing pattern is not always required for prices still to drop. Okay, so you may get something like this where price didn't engulf it, but you got like a hangman type candle. You can learn candle formations and this consolidation. Then we got the rest of the drop. All right. Okay, so this is sell opportunities, and here goes our buy opportunity. Same thing. We're gonna buy at the higher lows. So let's go back to that. Let's go to our 1 hour. So once again, you're gonna see the same formation for those who are advanced right here. I want you to get used to seeing this type of formation of candles. Okay, yes, it's consolidating, but you're going to realize there's a certain pattern that you will constantly see before price moves up. Now, what I can tell you right now, I call this like an upside down rooftop. I know that there's some divergence in this pattern here. Okay, so what is divergence? It's when price is doing something different than what it's doing actually here, is doing something different with the relative strength indicator. All right, that means how much strength is in the market. So when we look at this, you can see price move down, and then start moving sideways, but at the same time, price was kind of, you can see price was kind of shifting up here, okay? Till eventually it shifted all the way up to a change. So looking at what we call bullish divergence, at some point, I know price is gonna at least shift up. Why? Because sellers are leaving the market. That's what that means. Sellers are leaving the market, and the market is actually strengthening to go up. And that's what we did. It strengthened to go up. So when you have all these indicators, you can take, you can trade the trade as you like. And also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat and I'll answer any question that you have. So for example, I'll tell you what I see right here. Well, naturally, and it's almost, a lot of the traders, you can tell, like, what do you think price is going to do here? Well, shoot, looking at it right now, I just have an intuition. Okay. And I'm not that I'm guessing, it's the formation of the way the candles look, that price is going to correct a little bit. So if I did want to look for an opportunity here, okay, to keep it safe for myself, I like to pull up my Fibonacci and I say, okay, we'll take it to the 50 or to the 61. Price is going to pull back first before it goes up, or price may pull back to this area here, which is still, that's 100 pips right here because I'm on a big time frame. So price will probably pull back. So if I'm just trying to maybe catch 30 pips, 40 pips or so, okay, I know price has the potential to pull back. Why? Because it's rejecting off this area. So it may pull back here. Is the odds, right? This is nothing's guaranteed. Let me say that nothing's guaranteed. Okay, but it may pull back there. This is what I suspect with my analysis, and then shift back up, right, to there. And so when we go down, so I can go down to the smaller time frame, let's see what it looks like. So we see, once again, we see price consolidating. Okay, I don't see price actually moving upwards yet. I see it coming down first, based off what we're seeing here. So we get a move down, and you can wait for price to come through, break this area, come back and tap it, and then you can get in for a quick little scalp through here. And then of course I expect price to go up. Okay, so this is stuff that you learn as well too. Now, how many people want it easier than what I'm saying right now? I know I'm giving you all this stuff. You're like, man, I like it, but I gotta know all that. Kind of, not really. I'm gonna show you how this is all compressed together. 5 years in the game, I wanted to learn everything. Okay, I wanted to be proficient at trading. And so I went through every last academy that we have. There's also indicators that we use as well too. I like to market my charts first, and then I took something called the cloud in there. Right. So you have these guides that guide your trades. Okay. So some people use the cloud. Some people use EMAs, for example, right? This lets them know if price is above, it's in an uptrend. Okay. So I don't even got to draw a line if I didn't want to. Okay. Same thing. Use a MA50. Same thing. It's kind of following. It's trending up. So you get all that to kind of give you that visualization. So price is still moving. But let's go and make this even simpler. Okay. Any questions so far of what we went through? You know, I said we were going to talk about, make sure we talk about, man, one second, let me enter this trade. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but that's some basics in a nutshell. All right. So how do we make it easier? Well, guess what? Our academy has different tools. I'm gonna save the best for last. Colors, I believe, game over. Can you identify the colors green and red? If you can do that, everything that I just said and taught you, I'm not gonna say you don't need to know it, but to use colors, you don't need to know it, okay? Because we're gonna convert to shapes and colors. So you're gonna be able to identify triangles, arrows, and red and green. If you can identify everything I just taught, you don't really need to know, all right? You just need to identify the colors that I'm gonna teach you. But another a strategy I love to use is our harmonic pattern scatter, pattern scanner. And what it does, it finds these harmonics, which harmonics are based on retracements and Fibonacci's. So you don't have to run a Fibonacci. We give it to you, okay? And so when you have that pattern, it's going to tell you when there's a potential sell opportunity or a potential buy opportunity setting up. So for example, it has the pattern setting up here. It's not ready yet. You see, that's our entry point right there. So entry really is going to go here. And these measurements have to be measurements. You can, I have where's my sheet at? I keep a sheet because I've been drawing my own harmonics, learning even more. Okay. You want to talk about getting better in trading. I've been drawing my own harmonics, but hey, you don't have to do that work. You can let the system do it for you. So what I like to personally do is when this whole thing forms, I like to see if we have any type of divergence in the market, which means I'm looking for bullish divergence if we're looking for a buy opportunity. So let's see if we have something here. Let's see if we can. Let me give you guys a quick checklist of what I look at. Okay, so that's the 1 hour. Let's take it down to 15 minutes. Box this up. So what I like to do once we have the whole pattern created, I like to box up the last couple of candles, the consolidated candles, go to a smaller time frame, so 15 minutes, and I look to see if we have any type of divergence, okay, in the market. Let me get rid of this. I like to use the RSI. 14 on the number there set up, okay. So nothing major here. I don't see anything major that would say, okay, it's time to go in this trade. So let's look at something else. Let's go down to 15. So yes, we had divergence here, okay. So watch this. See how price is here? And I draw the line up like that. Price increased, right? See how that price went from this point and it still increased up. But at the same time, while price was moving up here with our candlesticks, price moved down here. You see that? Now, this is not the end all be all, but price increased here, price decreased here. So this is what we call bearish divergence. So I'm going to look for that opportunity to take a short here, right? But our goal obviously to get all the way down. So we eventually hit TP2. Okay, what does that mean in money? And let me just tell you what it means in money when you take these different opportunities. Okay, so if we would have got, let's just say we just decided to do it at entry. Okay, we did it at entry, went all the way to TP2. Okay, we made 46, let me make sure price, 46 pips. Okay, 46 pips, you know, $46, $460, $4,000, and so forth, right? Based off your lot size. But I'm gonna show you the power of compounding your money. Okay, if you were just make, let's say 1% a day or 3% a week or so forth. So before we go into colors, let's talk about compounding real quick. And then we're going to leave the colors and then we'll be done with the call here. So our compounding calculator, I follow a trading log person that I have for myself, and I'll show you that as well too. And I can share that with you. So let's say that you say, I want to start with $1,000. Okay, I'm going to show you the power of compounding percentage as your account gets bigger. And let's say that you plan on doing, let's say we're going to call these, we're going to say 200 days, right? Let's just say you trade for 200 days. 200 days, and each day, let's start with 1% first. You just grow your account by 1% each day, okay, for 200 days. Let's calculate that and let's see what it becomes, okay? So you make $10, $20, and so forth, so let's go all the way down. So after 200 trades, you turn $1,000, 1% growth, to $7,000. That's powerful, okay? Now, a lot of us, and this is no guarantees, of course, You're gonna have to get good. But some people are, let's say you do 2%. Okay. And percentages matter. Some people are doing 3% a day. But I just need you to see the power of compounding money. That's a big difference. You see the difference 1% makes? So between 1% and 2%, there's over a $45,000 difference. This is why I always want people to see the difference, because everybody's like, well, I want to make 10%. Listen, you only got to shift by 1%, and that's a big change for you. Okay. And so I like to use my trading log, which I'm going to share with you guys here. So I like to personally use this trading log. It just keeps me on track, and I just mark it off. And initially when I started, I said, listen, I just want to do 3% a week. I don't want to have to over leverage my account and go crazy. I want to stay safe. I enter a trade, let that trade close out when it needs to close out, and boom. So I said, I'm going to focus on 3%. And so this type of, I can do a point with $5,000, a 0.15 lot size is $150 per pip. Okay. And then if I do $1.50 per pip, I only got to do 100 pips within that week. Okay. That can happen. 3%. So what we're looking at, so I got my $50, and then I'm just going to do this consistently for a year. 52 weeks pass, boom, I've turned 5,000 to 23,000. Now, you know what ended up happening for me? I actually started doing way better than 3% a week. Okay. My weeks started going to 20% weeks and 30% weeks. Okay. You'll get good at trading. You'll see opportunities constantly throughout the market. Okay. But here we are, year one. And, you know, whether you see this to be sexy or not, okay, it's still that you grew 5,000 to 23,000. Most people, you would not make, you could invest, most investments is 10%. Okay, that return right there, we just made what, almost 400, 500% returns in the year doing this. That's unheard of. Okay, company's not giving you that, but you have the opportunity to do that. So I need your mindset to shift. Like if you were to accumulate 10% off your money, that's a big deal if you did that even in a year. So to get 3% a week is powerful. Okay, especially you doing it. But look what happens our next year as we continually compound. Once again, 3% a week. Okay, not over leveraging my account. I know a lot of people. I was talking to someone today. They were like, "Hey, I want to know how you trade. Like, how do you set your stops up?" And I said, "Listen, I have pretty much a $25,000 account for the most part now. Okay, I still barely use 0.25s, and I may do it a couple of times, of course, but I still only use a 0.25, $2.50 per pip. So I have a lot of room to do things. Okay, if I need to re-enter the market, I do. So it's not hard to get this amount of money the way that I trade, or the way that you're going to trade as well too. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady, we get to our destination, versus trying to do it really, really fast and we blow an account, we lose our money, and then we got to start over again. You don't want that. I'm just telling you guys, that's not a good feeling. But wonder if you can just slowly build your account gradually. Okay, that's what we are doing. So, well, look what happens in year two. We go another 52 weeks. Okay, remember, this is your investment account. This is your trading account, right? This is not, I'm trying to get rich right now so I can go live the life. No, in 4 years, this is my, for example, this is my 4-year trading plan is what I call it. All right, 4-year trading plan. If I do it faster, which I think I will, I'm not just pushing to do it, but if I do it faster, great. All right, year two, boom, we take 23,000, turn it to 111,000. That's powerful. Okay. Then what happens? We keep going, 3% a week. Now, this is 3% a week. You're like, oh my God, you're making $4,200 a week. Yeah, but there's $141,000 in the account. I'm not going to risk my capital, right? Because the goal is to build the account, not for them to take money away. And so if they can still pay me $4,000 without me trying to break the bank, I'm going to take it. Okay. The bigger the account, the better, but also the better the habits. So now we go 52 weeks in, and what? Man, wow, 518,000. Let me say this, y'all. This is not guaranteed. I want to make sure I say this on call. Just because you're seeing numbers like here, this requires a skill set. This requires that you get into the market and work, right? It doesn't happen automatically. So make sure I put that claim. This is not a guaranteed thing right here. But as you become a good trader and you maybe take some trade ideas, you can accumulate and grow your account just like this. Okay. So year 3, and now we're leading to year 4, 500,000 turns into 2.4 million. Woo, you did it. 2025, right? That's the goal. Right, so we can take time and build this up without having to lose money. Okay, so that's the trading log that I follow. All right, so let's roll back into, now that I showed you what 3% a week can do for you, let me show you now, how do I get 3% a week, Randy? Do I have to always use you, or can I do it myself? You can do it yourself, and I want to show you that you can. Okay. All right. Here we go, and let's go to colors. Here we go. So all the stuff I just taught you, you were like, you probably were mind blown like, Randy, how am I remember all that stuff? That's crazy. Like, oh my God. So let's just make it easy now. Okay. We are looking at, what is this? EUR CHF right now. Okay. So the euro against the Swedish franc is what that is. And so anytime we want to look at an opportunity all day long, remember I said, if you get 100, if you did 100 pips per week is what I pointed out there, right? And so let's look and see the opportunity here. So can anybody identify what that is? Is that a red triangle that we see? Can you identify, is that a red triangle or is that a square? Can anybody name, is that a red triangle or is that a red square? Anybody tell me to make sure I'm doing a test. Which one is it, y'all? Red triangle or is that a square? Okay, let me make it bigger just in case y'all don't see it. I need y'all to talk to me a little bit. Yes, there's a triangle. It has 3 sides. That's a triangle right there, okay? So great, you passed the first test. You can identify a triangle, okay? What color is that triangle? Anybody tell me what color that triangle is? That's right, that's red. If you're colorblind, it's probably gray to you right now, okay? Yes, that is a red triangle. Anytime that we see a red triangle, it's telling us that it's setting up for a sell, okay? That's what we're looking for. So red equals sell for us in colors, all right? Anytime that we see a green triangle, it's setting up for a buy, all right? There's several things that are gonna have to be met for us to go into this trade. So here goes our triangle, boom, that's 1. Now, typically what happens, you're gonna get an EC candle. You see this EC candle that's pointing upwards here, okay, where my cursor is? I call it my entry candle. Well, that's a buy candle because it's green. Well, you're going to get the same one pointed down that's red at the time that there's an opportunity. So you get an EC candle, which is an entry candle, a triangle that's red, and then you have your, what we call, this is our guideline, okay? So if your guideline turns red and price is below it, and your big supreme line is red and price is below it, sell, okay? Oh, let me go further, okay? So we're just going red all the way. Back in when I was a pilot, when we were getting into the aircraft, we would say line on line on line on line. So we have all our checklists. Okay, look at altitudes, check, and all of our different systems. So I'm going to teach you a line on line on line. This is called red on red on red. Okay, so we have our red triangle. We have our red supreme line. We have our red guideline. And then we have our red training area, red dot, red here, red volume. Okay, we are ready to enter the market. So red all the way down, sell. Okay, no question about it. Red all the way down, sell. No question. All right. And so what we have, we just carry this, typically a green triangle like that pops up. I like to trade all the way down to either to my green triangle, or for those, if you're brand new, I'm gonna just suggest just go for 30 pips per trade. Okay. Because there's going to be pullbacks and back in the market, and it could be an emotional roller coaster if you're not used to this. All right. You're going to see money go up. You're going to see money go down. You're going to see red. You're going to see green, blue, and then vice versa. But ultimately, we know where it's going overall. All right. When you get more confident. Because y'all already learned what a downtrend is, right? So look what we have. We have a high. We have a lower high, right? Because that's our high. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, lower high, lower low, and then what happens? Break structure. Then we enter trend. There goes our arrow. So everything I just taught you is here, except you don't have to voice these things that I taught you. Okay. So what will we make here if we enter this trade? Let's see. 64 pips. If we took it all the way down, where's that wick at? 83 pips. Remember I said, we just trying to get 100. So basically you get your weekly done just by taking maybe 1 or 2 trades on colors. Boom. That's 1 done. Well, guess what? I didn't say that you got to wait a whole week. Or if you knock out your first trade on Monday, that's 3%. Boom, done. Well, shoot, let me go and take another trade. Let me tell you, now I knocked out 2-3% weeks that I thought was going to be weeks. Boom, 2 weeks done. That's how I still look at it. I still look at it as weeks, because that's my trading plan. Okay. Oh man, I knocked out 4 weeks in 1 week. Okay, that's my mindset, because I still don't want to get to the point where I'm over leveraging my account ever. So I got to play tricks on the mind to do this the right way. All right, so there goes 83 pips right there just by looking at the arrow. Let's look at another opportunity. Okay, so anytime that price is below the red, everything's red, we take the sell. What happens when we see the green arrow like this? So we have green all the way up, volume. Some people will probably, now if you know how to trade, you may take this trade because this is a correction. So remember we talked about that uptrend within a trend. This is a 4-hour. If I go to my 15, I guarantee, okay, that the 15 is going to give me this opportunity here as an uptrend. So let me see if it gives it. Let me go to the 15 here. right there. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay. And then so when it comes to buying, same thing applies. If we get the arrow, so obviously that arrow's there goes our guideline, it goes above. Cool. Would I have entered here? No, not here, but I can enter up here. It's above the, so we look, it's got to be green all the way down. So is it green all the way down? No, price consolidated. It didn't go that far, so we probably wouldn't enter there. But look what we got here. Okay. Green all the way up. Green, 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 green triangle. Guideline above the supreme line turned green, buy. We're buying here. So if we bought here, that's our setup. We found another one. What do we got? Let's see. We just made 55 pips there. Okay. And now all we got to do, because everything is above the green line, we're in an uptrend. Anytime that we get the triangle, we can take the opportunity. I always tell you guys, stick to about, when you're in the trend, stick to about 30 pips or so, or as soon as you go into profit, put your stop loss in profit. But if we entered here with the triangle, what we get? 25 pips. Okay. Boom. 23 pips. So if you can back test, you can see it most of it between 20 to 30 pips. You can go scalp the market this way as well too. And then what price reverse. But remember, why did price reverse? Remember we talked about this? Remember we talked about this, didn't we? This is the problem that why people need to expand out. Let's talk about it. It's giving it to you. So you don't have to expand out, because why? It's telling you, get out. This is the downtrend on the bigger time frame, y'all. So whether you know it or not, you are in the trade, you see these red hours, get your butt out the trade. Okay, I'm no longer in a buy position. It's about to be selling. I'm out. And then all the stuff I just taught you, well, let's go here. Where'd it go? Let's see. So look what we got here. So remember we talked about this downtrend. So overall on the 4 hours, it's a downtrend. On the 15-minute, it was an uptrend, but you didn't have to know that. Why? Because it already gave you the arrow. So you didn't have to expand out. So this is why colors is so awesome. All the stuff I know in my head, you guys just get to get in colors. Okay. We can fast forward your learning. Why spend 5 years? You got colors. It gives you everything. So now let's talk about swing trading, or what we call longer trades, right? So when you look at the 4 hour, we're going to stay in the trade much longer, and we're going to go with the swings that are happening. So I wouldn't have got in on this green arrow because it's below. I wouldn't. So if you're brand new, okay, and you're not understand this yet, I wouldn't get in any greens below the trend line. I'm going to trade with the trend. So now I'm going to hop in every time I see a red triangle, boom, in. If I hopped in here, we broke, so it corrected up. Man, wonder if you learn how to stay in the trade. Let's see this. You would made, oh my God, another 182 pips. Oh my God, another 182 pips, done. This is the whole day. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, see, 4, 16. So we need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a whole 24 hours right there. Boom, you just got your 182 pips knocked out. That's a whole week, done. Okay. What do I wait for? I'm waiting for another arrow. Red on red. Okay, we're in our downtrend. Boom. Guideline below the red, we good. Oh my God, another. Make sure I'm saying that more. I feel that that's way more than 154 pips. 96 down to, yeah, okay. Yep, 156 pips. Another 156 pips, done. Okay. No arrow came. EC arrow. Okay. I'm out. And now we have our guidelines. We don't enter because we're green here. We're green here. Maybe some people might enter. You as you learn more, you can. But I'm going to say we want to guarantee a more higher probability. I won't say guarantee, more higher probability trade. So I'm going to wait for the guideline to be above my supreme line. Boom, green, green, green. We hop in. We already got our entry candle right here. It tells us enter the market here. Entry candle. Okay. So what happened? I enter. You see a red arrow here. Red arrow showed up on me. I'm out of the trade. But let's say if we carried it all the way up. Oh man, another 144 pips. You could see why I initially said I'm gonna do 3% a week, and then it turned into I'm doing 3% a day. That's 15% for the week, 20% for the week. There's no reason why you cannot get 15% for the week using colors. Okay, even though I said let's just focus on 3%, and we can go to any. We can trade the S&P. We can trade the Dow. So let's look at US 30, which is the Dow Jones, right? or what are they calling it? Is it US 30? US Tech? No, it's not it. Do we not have it? Let's see if the dollars on here. It's a dollar index. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Maybe it's on another, because we have the indices on here. No. Okay, what do we have? I think we have NAS. No NAS on here either? Okay, so we ain't trading now. Okay, so let's just talk about, oh, US underscore 30. Let's see if that works. There, look, we got some traders on. Look, we got some traders on here. The Renfos in the building. Tiny and Jonathan Renfro. I know they trade a lot. Okay, so here goes our US 30 right here, right? Once again, now US 30 moves, y'all. What do we have? We talked about this, right? What we have? Red supreme line. We got our triangle. We're below. Take the trade. Okay. And if you took this trade, guess what? If you just took this trade and all you seen was you kept seeing entry counts and we stayed below this red line, we could actually carry this. And what I would do at each previous, we put a stop loss. So at each entry candle, we put a stop loss there. So let's say we get down to here. Stop loss is going to go around here. And they kind of put the line. You see where all these lines are showing up at? Put your stop losses there. And you just ride this thing all the way down. So we route the US 30 all the way down. All I'm going to say it is pay day 27. This is money. Okay. Below the supreme line, below the guideline. And look, we're changing a little bit, right? So price is about to shift back up. If this turns green, so this is going to turn around green. Now, there is a thing where we say you can also, another strategy, we can trade zone to zone. So this is a buy zone. This is a sell zone. This is a floor. This is resistance. So if price came down here, which you've seen it bounce off of this, for those I taught you, this is what I like to call a rooftop, an upside down rooftop. So I know that divergence, if I was to put an RSI on here, I absolutely know divergence is present. I don't got to go look at the RSI. I know, I've been doing this for so long. I know divergence is available, is here, okay? So you see something like this. This was the transition. And you can see how the moving average is transitioning with it. And therefore, boom, it moved up that above that. And if this keeps on going, then our uptrend is going to form. Okay, and once we break here, we enter the market, boom. Or we can just trade zone to zone. Okay, we can just trade, not worry about the supreme line. I'm gonna go buy from here up to here and so forth as it consolidates. Okay, so much opportunity. I would say if you're brand new, stay away from the indices until you learn how they move, okay? Because it could be very dangerous how they move. But for those who love fast volatility, absolutely opportunities all day long, all right? With US 30 and the NAS 100 and so forth. All right, so everybody's got value there. I think I pretty much covered what it means to go into a sell with colors, okay? Buy is the same thing. We get the green once again, okay? And same thing, we're looking down here, we're waiting down here. And then the last thing I make sure I got to give to you guys, you see the market is closed right now, but it has a check mark here. This check mark represents momentum in the market. If it's an X, don't trade it. That means there's not enough volume in the market, okay? So as long as you have this check mark, trade it. Now what's going to be over here is the currency strength. So it's going to say, let's say this is this is US 30. Let's go to let's say if this was GBP USD, and GBP would be at the top, USD would be at the bottom, and there'd be a number below each one of them. If the number is higher at the top currency, which is the first currency, then we would be looking for a buy. We want that to be higher than the lower one. So we want that to be higher. We want our check marks, and then just a little bit extra, okay? But if you just follow these, you'll be fine, okay? So we get our triangle. We're above our supreme line, we're above our guideline, and then it turned green here. We go in for the buy. If we go in for the buy, what did we make? When I'm saying that people are slipping, not trading colors, people are slipping, not trading colors, folks. Slipping, not trading colors. People are slipping, not trading colors. Colors is changing my life. Even though I know how to trade really well, I love just coming here and just grab opportunities because it's just easy. Okay. So I believe this is the best software in the industry right now. And of my time of being in this industry, being with this company, this has been the best trading software I've ever seen for brand new folks, right? So if this is your first time seeing this, congratulations. I hope that you see value here. You may ask, okay, Randy, you just went all of this stuff. How do I get involved with it? How do I get started? Okay. Our company is called I Am Master Academy, and you can start. We have all these strategies here. You can just start with Forex. My recommendation, for a brand new customer coming in, what we just talked about, start with the Forex pack, or you can do the IM pack. So let me just go to im.academy, and I'm going to show you the person who got you on. Okay, if you just learned for the very first time, they actually have their own personal link for you. Okay, and with their personal link, it'll guide you to our monthly. Now we have a new package called I Am Powered. It allows you to actually pick 2 academies. Okay, our TLX Academy, which I'm not talking about really our academies right now, but this is our Stocks and Futures Academy. This is our Travel and Lifestyle Club. And we give you a vacation every year for 2 just by you paying your membership. So my suggestion, if you do I Am Powered, okay, to choose the TLX package, your travel package, so you can get a vacation for 2 every year. Okay, and it gets better every year that you with us. So while you're learning how to trade with us, we want to send you on a vacation. Okay, and then you're gonna pick the Forex pack as well too. To get started with that is $275 one time, and then you're gonna pay $249 a month for those 2. Okay, think about that. You're getting a vacation every year just by paying your membership. Now with this TLX Club, we have discounted vacation that you can choose from. You don't have to just wait for your free vacation, but you can take discounted vacations every single year as well, every month if you want to. But let's go to how to start. Okay, so you're gonna get their link. It's gonna lead you direct to a page like this. If you don't do the I Am Powered pack, you can choose any one of the academies. Like I said, today we talked about Forex. Okay, so you're gonna choose the Forex pack here, and then the strategy colors. Of course, you want to get colors. You choose colors. Boom, and so it's $249 to get started, $224 a month. Okay, let us show you how to get in this market and get that back, of course. Now, I don't want to guarantee it because you got to learn some information, but I just showed you. I just showed you what we're going to do in the market. Well, guess what? Every morning, Monday through Friday, our top educators, Dr. Spiller, Randy Martinez, okay, and his wife, they get on here and they trade with you. They're going to show you exactly what I just showed you, except they're going to say, enter the market. They're going to say, oh, I'm taking this trade right here. So you know you can take that exact trade. That's your training wheels until you learn, okay? So boom, to get started tonight, $249. Now let's say you like, I like the travel you was talking about too, Randy. So let's go ahead and do our I Am Powered pack then. Okay, we do our I Am Powered pack, and now we're going to choose 2 of them. I'm going to choose TLX, and I'm going to choose Forex. Or maybe you might say, I don't really like traveling, Randy. We have an e-commerce academy where we teach you how to open up your own store. You want to open up a store and start selling stuff, e-commerce. Okay, we also have our MMX. It's coming as its own academy as well too. It's going to be $99 just for the academy by itself. We're programming it now, so you can sign up for $99 with the MMX Academy. So I want you to. So that's our I Am Power. It's the best value that you get if you're to do TLX and Forex. To me, that is the best value package ever because you get a free vacation at the end of the year just by paying your membership for 12 months in a row. Okay, which you're already going to do because you're doing the Forex. But let's just say you just want to do the e-commerce. I'm going to give you guys a cheat code. You want to start your own store, okay? I'm going to show you that you can still add colors. Oh my God. Start my own store. And I just talked to you about colors. Okay, let's go do colors together. You just add on colors, and all I'm doing is taking the colors trades. That's all I need. Okay, so I do let that sit alone. Or I might want to do DCX. I want to do cryptocurrency. Guess what? I can still do colors. Okay, and get all the platform and colors. Or maybe you want to do SFX. I can still do colors. That's the Stocks Futures Academy. I can still do colors because I'm still going to trade that. Okay, I don't think we can do it with TLX. That's the only one that we can't do it with. Okay, but ECX, SFX, DCX, all these plus colors you can use. Or my suggestion is the best packages do I Am Powered. All right. So that's my call. If you guys don't have any questions, I appreciate you guys for taking the time getting on. For my folks that are on Facebook right now, I haven't been looking at your messages, but what I want you to do, if you're in our chat, and maybe you've been in our chat for a while, maybe you were in our company before, maybe you did it before, but you didn't do it with us. You didn't do it on this level. You haven't experienced colors yet. Okay, I believe that a team that trades together becomes successful together. We have our own personal trading group where we do things together. We post our trading calls together. We do this every single Friday that you can invite other people to so they can learn, your family can learn. I'll make the recording available so you can show them this as well too. But I'm excited about what we're about to do, folks. We're about to impact the world. Legacy Worldwide is the name of our organization. And our goal is to create a legacy for families around the globe. That means that you, okay, not me, your family creates a legacy to where, they'll never, if they don't want to work, guess what? You create wealth inside of that industry. It's creating your legacy. And I believe that we are going to touch and impact 100 1,000 new customers across the globe. And if you're brand new on this call, you're listening to this video, you are one of those customers that we're looking forward to impacting. We're looking forward to working with. We're looking forward to teach you the stock market, teach you the Forex market, teach you the crypto market, and ensuring that your family will never want for finances ever again. Okay. So as we bring this call to a close, I want to thank you all for taking the time being on and letting me rant. I hope that you learned some information. All right. This will be available on YouTube for you to share with anybody that you want. If you love the person you love, okay, share this video with them. Okay. If you love your community, share this information with them. I believe that we all should know how to trade. We all should understand how things move. Why? Because it's our life. You already trading, except you're allowing other people to do it for you, and they're not guaranteeing you anything. 401ks are cheating people right now. Do you understand that? People invested, put their money, hard-earned money in for 30 years, and they get to the end and they don't have enough to retire. And they didn't understand what was happening to them while the process was happening. But now that I taught you this, you can look at your 401k and say, man, y'all been getting me good. That market been dropping, and you let my money drop with the market. Why didn't you move my money over before the market dropped? Because they're not really trading. Okay. The standard advice you're going to get from financial advisors and the guys that are in the market is, hey, we're going to dollar cost average. It don't matter. You're just going to buy it. So you're basically buying a falling knife. Who wants to buy a falling knife? Think about, if a knife is falling, are you going to try to catch it? That's exactly what you're doing with your 401k when a bearish market is happening. Right now, in a bearish market, people are trying to catch a falling knife because they want to retire. Isn't that jacked up? If you want to retire and you're putting your money somewhere, don't you want your money to increase? You don't want your money to decrease. So why would you try to catch a falling knife? Right? So I need you to understand this is us changing your mindset. So this is why we focus in this company. We have our MMX Academy, which is our mentorship academy. It's to change your mindset. And if we change your mindset, we change the person, we change the finances. Okay. We change your history. We change your future. I'm sorry. So that's it. So I'm going to play a song out, a song that I play all the time by Calvin Harris called Giant. I believe one of the most important things that you can do to yourself is affirm. Okay. The problem that we have today is we have a lot of young men and young women walk around unaffirmed. Maybe our parents didn't affirm us. Okay. Maybe your dad or your mom didn't affirm you. That's okay. Okay. You can affirm yourself by telling yourself what you will become in the future. Okay. I am happy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am healthy. I am whatever it is I want to become in this world. I say it because God gave me that strength to do that. And my mind starts to believe it. When my mind believes, I start taking the proper action to do it. And therefore I become it at some point in my life, whether it takes 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I will become, because I'm affirming it every single day. And I want to welcome you to our legacy family and to our wealth group, because all we want to do is affirm you and help you affirm yourself. So that is our call, folks.